Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you guys can hear me because I have a whole new setup today. Working with my new microphone, and I've had this web camera now for quite some time, but I didn't like the sound that it was putting out. So let me know how you guys feel about this setup. If you like it better than the old setup, if the sound is better, if the visuals are better, whatever. Let me know. All right. So I hope everybody is doing well today. And today we're talking about how to control your emotions. It's so super important to understand how to do this because we are living in a time right now where our emotions are being plucked. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now, and there's going to continue to be things happening. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on that is unusual, that is going to evoke intense emotion in us. There are going to be things done to children, done to families, done to different groups of people. And we're going to start seeing more and more of this. I mean, we already see a lot of it now, but we're going to see it's going to be on like a higher level. It's going to be like times 10. And I think it's important to understand how to handle emotional situations and how to handle your emotions. If you guys can hear me, there's somebody here. If you can hear me, can you just let me know? Can you just say, I can hear you? Okay. Can you hear me? All right. Um, so, over this past weekend, it's been all over YouTube, all over the news, everywhere, that Nipsey Hussle was murdered. And oh my God, has evoked so many emotions in so many people, different responses. And I'm finding that more people are pissed off about how people feel about how people feel about what happened or their thoughts or beliefs about what happened to him than they're actually upset that, somebody lost their lives. You can hear me. Thank you, Julie. And so it brings me to talk about this today because we get so swept up in our beliefs, and the beliefs evoke these emotions. And then from the emotions, we're taking action, we're saying things, we're communicating with each other, we're offending people, we're, discrediting people, we're making ourselves look crazy and foolish because we're acting from an emotional place. Okay. Now, every emotion is not bad. In fact, I don't believe that there is one bad emotion. I believe that all emotions are useful and beneficial if you understand how to transmute it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to process your emotions and how to release it, take from it what you need, and then transmute it into something that's beneficial for you and that you can use in a powerful way. Okay. So this is something that I teach my clients when they come in and they're dealing with loss of a loved one, loss of a job, loss of money, loss of a business, loss of a home, loss of a pet. Okay. And different situations evoke different emotions. Most of the time, the emotions that you feel because you've been involved in a situation or an interaction with a person can be traced to an event that took place in your younger years. Now, I'm going to do another video on inner child healing and how you can meet up with your inner child and have a whole connection and communication with your inner child so that you can learn how to go back and heal past wounds. Okay. I'm not going to talk about that too much in this video. But usually when a situation arises and you have such a powerful reaction or a very intense reaction to it or an intense emotion around it, it's usually because it can be traced back to some sort of trauma that happened in the past, and usually in childhood. And when I say trauma, it doesn't have to be, abuse or rape or something that extreme. A trauma could be someone saying something to you while you were on stage performing. Maybe a teacher said, you messed that line up. And maybe that was the traumatic experience. And you are in a situation that triggers that emotion because it reminded you of that past experience, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's talk about loss specifically. And loss comes in many different shapes and sizes, right? There can be death, again, losing an item, a thing, an idea, or just a way of life. Okay, that loss happens in all different shapes and sizes. So, if you are experiencing grief and sadness because you have lost a loved one, feel that emotion. Don't ever not process your emotions, because unprocessed emotions will show up in the body as an illness. It will show up in your relationships as things that tear your relationship down. It can actually affect your work life and your finances when you don't process your emotions. So feel your emotions. So if you, let's just say a loved one passed away and you didn't give yourself enough time to process those emotions. You didn't cry. You didn't do the ugly cry. You didn't, allow yourself to feel every single part of that emotion. What happens is it festers inside of you. Okay. And this is how a lot of disease and things like that get trapped in the body, because of the unprocessed emotion. And in the hypnotherapy community, we call it body syndromes. In the psychotherapy world, they call it psychosomatic disorder. Okay. So that's what happens when you don't feel the emotion, when you try to intellectualize your emotions and you don't have the full-blown experience. Okay. So you must feel it. You got to process it. You got to go through those phases of grief for whatever kind of loss you're experiencing. Okay. You have to go through those phases of grief. And the phases of grief or loss happen in many different order. Okay. It doesn't have to happen, chronologically. It happens in many different orders. The anger, the bargaining. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head right now, but I'll do a separate video on going through the grieving process, the 5 stages of grief. Okay. But it doesn't happen in order. Okay. So you can be experiencing anger. You could be experiencing, the bargaining phase of it. You can be experiencing the denial phase. You can kind of jump all over the place, and you can experience different phases all at the same time, but you have to allow yourself to feel and be in it and express it. Some people don't express their emotions. They don't say, I am sad, or I'm angry, I'm frustrated. They just hold it in and they act like nothing is affecting them. So you have got to feel it, okay, and express it. Even if expressing it is writing it down. Writing things down is such a powerful therapeutic thing to do, because when you write things down, you're getting it out. You're getting it out. And remember, writing is an ideomotor response. An ideomotor response is a non-verbal, automatic communication, responding to a thought, an idea, or a question, okay, that comes directly from the subconscious mind. So if you're writing down your fears, your worries, how angry you are, how pissed off you are, how sad you are, the more you write that down, you're getting it out. You're pouring yourself onto paper, okay? And then you can rip it up, burn it up, and allow that energy to disintegrate, okay? So the next phase after you've expressed it, after you've expressed that emotion and you've gotten it out, the next phase is releasing it. You have to release it. You can't stay stuck in that emotion. I have seen people be sad over the loss of a loved one for 10 years, be sad over a divorce for 30 years, okay? And it keeps them from falling in love again. It keeps them from being fully present in their current relationships, or it keeps them from moving forward on a project or a new business because they're stuck in this emotion where they're not able to fully be present in it, okay? Because they never released it. They just got stuck in the middle of it. So you have to release it. And there's several different rituals that I like to have clients do to help release certain emotions. And like I said, you can either burn it, you can take it to a body of water, write it down on a piece of paper, take it to a body of water and let it go. You can, and if, now we're living in a time when you shouldn't be putting paper in water, right? You shouldn't be littering. So instead of doing that, you can just go to a body of water and you can just say, thank you so much for all that you have shown me. I thank you for the lessons and the message that you've given me through these emotions and this roller coaster that I've been on, but I release it now. And you can just say a prayer that you release it. You could just, speak an incantation that you release it, or an affirmation that you release it. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to transmute that, okay? So whatever experience or situation that we have been through, we get to learn something from it. We get to have a message come through, and then we get to use that message or that lesson in a very powerful way. Okay. You get to turn it into a new business. You get to create some kind of new project, a foundation, something like that. You get to write a book about it. That's also a great way to release, to write a book. Some people they'll be sitting, have so much grief inside of them, and all of, it's not until they write this amazing book that they're able to release it. Okay. So part of being able to control your emotions is understanding the process through which you need to go through for those emotions to get you to the final phase, okay? Bring you full circle, all right? Emotions are very important and you must feel them, but you cannot allow your emotions to consume you. You let it pass through you. You don't let it just sit and fester and settle in your bones and settle in your cell walls. You must allow the emotions to pass through you, okay? Because it's temporary, and they are a signal to us to let us know what we need to pay attention to in our daily lives, okay? Everything is just not, you shouldn't take things at only face value and that's it. Well, this person died and that's all that there is to it. There's something else there. You learn something from every experience. So I'll tell you a little bit about what happened with me when my stepfather passed away. This happened in 2009. He passed on. He was very sick. And, I was very surprised at how deeply it affected me. Okay. I was surprised by it because, he wasn't my biological father. We were close, but I just didn't think that it was going to affect me in that way because he was so sick. And I think a part of me was, expecting for him to transition. So I didn't take it like it wasn't, I don't think that I knew that I was going to react the way that I did. But what I discovered was at the time of when he passed, I went to DC and came back. I started running. And let me tell you something. I had never run a day in my life. Okay. I would take walks, but I wasn't a runner. But because of his passing, something happened. It was almost as if his spirit jumped into me and was like, because I heard him say one day, I was hiking, right around here. What is it called? It's called the Stalker Pass or something like that, right where I live over here. I was hiking one day and I heard his voice very, very clearly say, run, start running. And I'm like, okay. And I started running and I've been running ever since. Okay. So the message from his passing was not in vain. I was able to take from that experience of my stepdad passing on to not limit yourself, to break through whatever limitations you set for yourself. I would always say, oh, I can't run. I've sprained my ankles so much. I don't have any strength in my ankles. I don't have any support in my ankles. I can't run. My knees are going to buckle if I try to run. All right. So what I got from him was don't put limitations on yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do some things that you didn't even think you would want to do. Okay. So every loss has a great lesson in it, has a great message that is there for us, but we have to be willing to move through the process. Okay. We have to be willing to feel the emotions, to express the emotions, to not have it locked in, to not have it bog us down, to release the emotion and then be open enough to transmute it into something that's powerful. Because from me running brought me a lot of clarity. It cleared my mind. It helped me channel messages from the divine that I needed to move in a whole nother direction in my life and in my career. I think was I still in the music industry then? I was still working in the music industry when he passed. And it was time to get out of there. It was time to move on and do something else. Okay. And that's when I decided that that's when the whole download of me getting into the wellness business came about. Okay. And that's what's gotten me to where I am today. So I'm saying all of this to say that there are going to be so many different types of situations coming up in the next few months, over the next few years. Things are going to seem worse than what they are. Okay. They're going to seem that way. It's going to evoke some very intense, strong emotions. You're going to see some weird stuff taking place. Try not to cuss on here. You're going to see some weird things taking place, right? Some things that seem unfair, that seem unjust. All right. But if you start putting into practice right now how to own your own feelings, how to own your emotions, and how to work through them and control them. And when I say control them, I don't mean suppress or subdue or ignore. I mean, take full control and use them to your benefit. I'll say, oh, I'm feeling this intense emotion. What is this? What is it trying to tell me? What do I need to learn from this right now? Get excited about the emotion. That's the other thing. Like, don't get swept up in the drama of it all. Get excited about it and say, okay, what is this about? Why is this pissing me off so much? Why do I feel so heavy and so sad right now? Let's dig in, lean in. Don't run away from it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Don't act like it doesn't exist. Dig into it, lean into it, move through it, and let it move through you. Don't stay stuck. Don't let it consume you. Ignoring it will consume you. Ignoring it will build the energy and build the energy and build the energy and build the energy until one day you explode. Ignoring it is going to keep you stuck and it's going to keep you not present in the moment. Okay. So I would like to end this video with a really quick guided meditation for you guys to just kind of help you process anything that you might be feeling right now, any kind of heaviness that you might be feeling just energetically from whatever, from whatever. It's all kinds of stuff happening in the world. It's all kinds of stuff happening with people on a personal level. It's all kinds of stuff happening in our families, at work, whatever, with our bodies, all types of stuff is going on. So I would like to help you guys kind of release and relax some of that. Okay. And I'm going to upload a longer version, a deeper hypnosis, a subliminal for this that you can access on my website. Okay. And once that's uploaded, I'll put the link in the description box below this video. And if you want to hear an extended version of this, then you can just go to my website and download it. Okay. So I'd just like to get everybody to just take a few deep cleansing breaths and get nice and relaxed. And any sounds that you hear, you're going to allow it to take you into an even deeper state of relaxation. And let's begin by taking in a few nice cleansing breaths, breathing in through the nose. And on every exhale of the breath, noticing how every single muscle, bone, goes limp and loose, releasing any tightness, any tension, any stress. You can find a spot on the wall, or you can just look at the screen into my eyes. And as I count from 5 to 0, at 0, you'll drift into a very deep state of relaxation, calm, and peace. Starting now at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, deep sleep. And each and every time you hear the words deep sleep, for the purposes of hypnosis, with your permission and only your permission, will you drift into this deep, calm state easily, effortlessly, and comfortably. And bringing your awareness to the very top of the head, allowing a sense of calm and peace to flow into the crown, down into the face, relaxing every muscle in the neck and the shoulders, down into the collarbone, the chest, the back, the spine, the belly, the sides and hips, thighs, comfortable, calm, totally loose and limp, knees relaxed, calf muscles and shins completely and totally relaxed now, into the ankles and the feet, releasing the energy out of the soles of the feet down into the ground beneath you as you begin to connect with the core center of the planet. feeling firmly grounded, empowered, and knowing that it is easy for you to release that which no longer serves. It is easy for you to process your emotions in a way that allows you to be in complete and total alignment with that which is divinely and uniquely designed for you and only you. Taking in a nice deep breath in through the nose and on the exhale, noticing how light and loose you feel. Noticing the clarity of mind, the openness of heart, the healing beginning to take place all throughout, up, down, back, forth, in, out. And as you're taking a nice deep cleansing breath, we're going to go down deeper at 0 into the subconscious mind, where we lock in the positives from this great journey, allowing ourselves to completely and totally connect with the divine inner self that guides us through the process of controlling our emotions. You are divinely guided as you take in a nice deep cleansing breath and come up now at 1. At 2, feeling the surface beneath you. 3, feeling your awareness coming back into the body at 4. Becoming more alert now, and at 5, the eyes are open and you're wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Eyes are open, wide awake. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. And like I said, I am going to, oh, good, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. Glad to hear that. I'm going to make an extended version of this recording, of this particular hypnosis. And once that is uploaded, I will put the link in the bottom of this description where you can go and download it and listen to it. It'll be for, somewhere between like $2.99 and $4.99. Okay. And you can download that and you'll have it and you can listen to it whenever you want to. All right, guys. So if you have no questions for me, then I will go ahead and jump off now and I will come back again. I might come back again later on. I don't know yet. I have some work to do, but I just wanted to hop on because I had just got done with a client and I already had everything set up. So I said, you know what? Let me just do a video since I'm here. But I have tons and tons of material and ideas that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to show you the list that I've been making as far as things that I want to talk about on here. So there, you can't see it. I don't think is it going to show up? So it's a lot of different things that I've just been keeping a running tally of things as they come. See, YouTube ideas, YouTube topics. So make sure, oh, you're welcome, Nikki. It's my pleasure. She says, thank you so much for your small pep talks. Of course. So, you guys know that this channel is kind of going in a different direction. I'll still be doing some like small hypnosis journeys on here like I just did every now and again, depending on what the topic is. And then you'll be able to download the full versions of those from my website. So my channel is going through kind of a transition right now. The people who originally subscribed here um, were here for the ASMR hypnosis videos, right? So since that's shifting, I haven't really lost too many subscribers, but since it's shifting, I'm in this kind of, in a sense, I'm starting the channel all over again. So I'm growing and wanting to get more followers. So if these videos are something that you're finding to be very helpful, go ahead and share them with people. Feel free to share them on your Facebook pages, on your, I don't know how you could share it on Instagram, but share it, email, whatever. If this is something that you feel other people in your network might be able to benefit from, I would greatly appreciate you sharing these videos. So please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Make sure, if you have not subscribed, that you do subscribe. Leave a comment. Nikki, thank you so much for being here. And I haven't forgotten about the emotional and physical suggestibility and sexuality. I'm going to still do that video, but I just keep getting downloads to do other things, so I have to honor that too. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in this evening, and I'll see you soon. I might even see you later on tonight. I don't know yet. Don't hold me to that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and again, give it a thumbs up and look out for the link in the description. Thank you, Nikki. Take care. Bye.